We have fresh ideas at Red Barn, like a salad bar for you.
Red Barn's big new salad bar is paradise. It's a garden of Eden.
The food turns you on, turn into Carrols, where the service is the fastest. Tonight is unmistakably.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a delicious trip down memory lane to explore 10 iconic family restaurants from the 1960s that, sadly, you can't visit anymore. From neon lights to jukebox tunes, these spots were once the heart of dining and entertainment. Stick around to see if you remember any of these classic eateries.
Sambo's day or night, the food is good, the price is right. You can eat dinner anytime.
And you can dine for $1.99 at Sambo's.
Sambo's. It began in 1957 in Santa Barbara, California, founded by Sam Battistone Sr. and Newell Bonehead, combining parts of their names to create Sambo's. The restaurant was initially envisioned as a casual, affordable place for families to enjoy meals, especially breakfast. It grew rapidly, reaching over 1,100 locations across the United States by the late 70s. The menu at Sambo's included typical diner fare like pancakes, burgers, and sandwiches, which were popular among a broad audience. Its growth mirrored the expansion of the interstate highway system, as many Sambo's restaurants were located near freeway exits, making them convenient stops for travelers. However, the name Sambo's became a major issue for the chain. The term Sambo is considered derogatory, tied to an 1899 children's book that depicted racial stereotypes of African Americans. Attempts were made to rebrand some locations as the Jolly Tiger in areas where the controversy was most intense, but these efforts were not enough to save the brand's image. The growing negative public perception, coupled with increasing competition from other family-oriented restaurants like Denny's and IHOP, led to declining sales. By the early 80s, financial difficulties forced the chain to declare bankruptcy. Most of the restaurants were closed or sold off to other chains, with the original location in Santa Barbara.
Carrols, tasty food to eat, friendly people to meet.
Carrols Restaurant. This restaurant began its journey in the early 60s as a vibrant fast food chain, originally part of the Tasty Freeze Company. It quickly made a name for itself with its distinctive architecture and the club burger, a favorite among customers. The chain was especially popular in the northeastern United States, where it catered to the growing demand for quick and affordable dining options. One of the unique features of Carrols was its playful and modern design, which included bright colors and an inviting atmosphere. This visual appeal, combined with a focused menu that delivered tasty, speedy meals, helped Carrols carve out a niche in the competitive fast food market. In 1975, in an effort to stay competitive, Carrols made a strategic shift. The company transitioned most of its locations to become Burger King franchises. This move was driven by Burger King's stronger brand recognition and broader menu, which offered more variety than Carrols' more limited offerings. This transition marked the end of Carrols as a standalone brand. The name slowly faded from public view, replaced by the Burger King signage that still dots landscapes today. The original Carrols restaurants are remembered by some for their innovative design and the beloved club burger, but they now live on primarily through their transformation into a global fast food giant's identity.
Henry's on!
Tasting good!
Henry's on!
Tasting good!
Drive into Henry's place, that great family.
Henry's Hamburgers. It started as a booming fast food chain in the early 60s. Henry's Hamburgers was initially launched by the Bressler's Ice Cream Company as a way to capitalize on the growing popularity of hamburgers. The idea was simple: offer a quick, tasty burger at a low price, similar to McDonald's, which was also expanding rapidly at the time. At its peak, Henry's boasted more locations than McDonald's, sprawling across the Midwest with over 200 outlets. The menu was straightforward, focusing on burgers, fries, and shakes. The burgers, often sold in bundles like the 10 for $1 deal, were particularly popular, making Henry's a favorite for budget-conscious families and teenagers. However, despite its early success, Henry's Hamburgers struggled to sustain its growth. One major issue was the lack of menu diversity compared to its competitors. As other fast food chains began offering a wider range of items, Henry's continued to focus almost exclusively on hamburgers, missing out on changing consumer tastes. Additionally, Henry's did not invest heavily in branding or store design, which made it less memorable in a market where McDonald's and Burger King were creating strong, distinctive brand identities. Without significant brand loyalty, Henry's found it difficult to compete.
Steak and ale, it's devilish difficult to choose between one tasty morsel and another.
Come sup with us at Steak and Ale, where hearty dining abounds.
Steak and Ale. Founded in 1966 by restaurant entrepreneur Norman Brinker in Dallas, Texas, it introduced a novel concept to American diners, a hybrid of fine dining and affordable pricing. This chain was among the first to offer a steak dinner at a price that middle-class Americans could afford regularly, not just on special occasions. The restaurant's interior featured a cozy, Tudor-style design that added an element of old-world charm, making the dining experience feel upscale without the upscale prices. One of its most popular innovations was the introduction of the salad bar, which allowed diners to customize their starters with fresh ingredients, a novelty at the time. Steak and Ale also set the standard for what would become known as casual dining. Its menu included hearty traditional fare like prime rib, herb-roasted chicken, and, of course, various steak options. The relaxed yet sophisticated atmosphere was perfect for family dinners, date nights, and everything in between. Despite its success and popularity in the 60s through the 80s, the changing dining market posed challenges. The rise of fast casual dining options and a shift towards healthier eating habits in the late 90s and early 2000s saw Steak and Ale struggling to keep up. The economic downturn further affected the chain, leading to its bankruptcy and the closure of all locations in 2008.
When you're looking for a place that offers more, the one that'll please the whole crowd at Bar, with the best burgers, chicken, and fish.
Red Barn, a distinctive fast food chain that began in the early 60s, easily recognized by its barn-shaped restaurants painted bright red. The concept was simple: make fast food fun and visible from a distance, drawing in families and travelers who were intrigued by its unique architecture. The menu at Red Barn was typical of fast food outlets at the time, featuring hamburgers, fried chicken, and the famous Big Barney and Barnbuster burgers. These signature items, along with a self-service salad bar introduced in the 70s, set Red Barn apart from competitors by offering a bit more variety to the standard fast food fare. Red Barn's marketing was also memorable, especially for its slogan, "When the hungries hit the Red Barn." This catchy phrase, alongside the barn theme, aimed to make dining out a fun and enjoyable experience. Red Barn struggled to compete with larger fast food giants like McDonald's and Burger King, which dominated the market with more extensive advertising budgets and broader geographic presence. By the mid-80s, Red Barn had largely disappeared, with many of its locations either closed or converted into other restaurant brands.
Come on and taste a real good time at Valle's.
At University Boulevard, exit of I-95 on the south side of...
Valle's Steakhouse. It was a prominent name in the American restaurant scene, especially during the 60s and 70s. Founded in 1933 by Donald Valle in Portland, Maine, the chain became famous for its oversized steaks and generous portions, appealing especially to families and business travelers who desired a hearty meal at a reasonable price. The restaurant's interior was typically lavish, featuring plush seating and elegant decor that aimed to provide a high-end dining experience without the exorbitant costs usually associated with such establishments. Valle's Steakhouse also became known for its seafood options, catering to its locations along the East Coast. In the 60s, Valle's embarked on an aggressive expansion campaign, opening locations across the Northeast and extending down to Florida. This growth was fueled by America's post-war economic boom and the rise of car travel, which increased demand for accessible sit-down dining options along major roadways. The oil crisis hit America hard, leading to economic downturns that affected discretionary spending on dining out. Moreover, Valle's model of large, opulent restaurants became a liability as operational costs soared and profit margins thinned. By the late 80s, the chain was unable to sustain its business model, leading to a gradual closure of its locations. All-American Burger, it made its mark on the American fast food landscape in the 60s. Known for its straightforward quality burgers, this chain offered a simple menu that appealed to the growing demand for quick and tasty American classics. The restaurant positioned itself as a convenient stop for families and teenagers alike. Its drive-through service catered to the fast-paced lifestyles that were becoming more common, providing a quick meal option without the need to leave the car. A notable moment in its history was its appearance in the 1982 movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High, where All-American Burger was depicted as the typical teenage hangout spot. This pop culture representation helped cement its place in American cultural memory. However, as the fast food industry grew, competition became fierce. Giants like McDonald's and Burger King expanded rapidly, overshadowing smaller chains like All-American Burger with their massive marketing budgets and extensive menus. Additionally, evolving consumer preferences towards healthier options and more diverse flavors made it difficult for a chain with a limited menu to survive. Horn and Hardart Automat Cafeteria. It was a unique dining concept famous for its Automat cafeterias, a novelty in the early 20th century. Founded in 1902 in Philadelphia, the company expanded to New York City and became a symbol of American innovation and convenience. The Automat cafeterias were known for their glass coin-operated food dispensers, where customers could see and choose their meals from a variety of freshly prepared dishes. The idea was simple: insert coins, open a window compartment, and take out your dish. This allowed for a quick, efficient, and waiter-free dining experience. The menus featured a wide range of options, from sandwiches and pies to coffee and cakes, all reasonably priced, which made Horn and Hardart popular among a diverse clientele. At its peak, Horn and Hardart was a part of daily life for many Americans, especially in urban centers. The automats were not just eateries, they were social gathering spots, frequented by everyone from office workers to celebrities. The company also pioneered many food service innovations, including the use of fresh, quality ingredients and standardized recipes. However, the rise of fast food and changes in American dining habits began to overshadow the automatic concept. The convenience that once defined Horn and Hardart was now being outpaced by faster, more modern fast food chains. Additionally, the economic model of the automats, with their costly upkeep and reliance on coin-operated machinery, became less sustainable. The Brown Derby. This iconic name in Hollywood dining is best remembered for its distinctive architecture and celebrity patronage. Founded in the 20s, its most famous location, opened in 1929, was designed to look like a brown derby hat, capturing the whimsy and glamour of Hollywood. The walls inside were lined with caricatures of movie stars, directors, and other celebrities, making it a popular spot not just for dining, but for spotting famous faces. The atmosphere was lively, and it was not uncommon to see actors discussing scripts or celebrating recent film premieres. The Brown Derby is credited with inventing the Cobb salad, named after its owner, Robert Howard Cobb. The story goes that Cobb threw together leftovers he found in the kitchen late one night, creating a dish that would become a nationwide culinary sensation. Despite its popularity in the 60s, the changing landscape of Hollywood and the rise of newer, trendier dining establishments led to a decline in patronage. Economic challenges and shifts in social and dining habits also played a role. The original Brown Derby buildings were eventually demolished or repurposed, and the brand slowly faded from public consciousness. White Tower Hamburgers. A notable player in the American fast food scene, especially prominent in the 50s and 60s. Founded in 1926, it was directly inspired by the success of White Castle, mimicking not only its name, but also its distinctive white-painted castle-like buildings. The strategy was straightforward: capitalize on the look and feel of White Castle to attract a similar customer base. White Tower's menu focused on small, easily consumable hamburgers, which they sold at a low price, making it a hit during the Great Depression and post-war America. The concept was simple: provide cheap, quick meals to a broad audience, from late-night workers to families looking for an affordable outing. However, the similarity to White Castle led to a series of legal battles. White Castle sued White Tower for copyright and trademark infringement, ultimately forcing White Tower to alter its architectural style and marketing strategy. This legal pressure was the beginning of White Tower's challenges. White Tower began to struggle with its image, which had become less distinctive after the lawsuit. By the late 70s and into the 80s, many White Tower locations had closed or been converted to other uses. Thanks for joining me on this nostalgic journey through the eateries of the past. If you enjoyed reminiscing about these iconic 60s family restaurants that are no longer with us, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more blasts from the past. Share your memories or any places you miss in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep exploring the flavors of history. Catch you in the next video.